Okay, we're going to do a quick congress about comparing play areas. So in the problem, you had two playgrounds and they were both the same size, 50 yards by 100 yards. And in this one at Carroll, they gave us a description of how much was going to be play area and how much was going to be concrete. So 3/4 was play area and 2/5 was concrete. So how much of the play, but they want to know what 2/5 of the play area was going to be concrete. So not 2/5 of the whole thing, 2/5 of the play area. So what they're asking you basically is what is 2/5 of 3/4? What's 2/5 of this amount? Not 2/5 of the whole, but 2/5 of a fraction of the whole. And we know that we could also, instead of writing of, we could use that symbol. So essentially that's the problem that we're going to be solving. So when I first start these, I think, okay, what is the main thing that we're going to be seeing a fraction of? And it was the 3/4 that's going to be the play area. So here's fourths, 3/4. So this is how much of Carroll is going to be a play area. And then they want to know what 2/5 of that amount is. So in order to do that, I'm going to make each of these fourths 5 times larger or into fifths. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, do you see the fourths and do you see the fifths? Let's look. There's my fourths, 2, 3, 4. And then the fifths would be 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, 5/5. So you have to sort of be able to visualize that. So 2/5 of this amount. Well, let's see where 2/5 are. Well, there's one of the fifths and there's another fifth. So there's 2/5. Now, how do I find my answer? 3/4 of 2/5 of 3/4 would be what is right in here. So I can really see it there. 2/5 of 3/4. So I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 somethings, but I've got to know what denominator to call those parts, right? So how am I going to find that out? Only way I can is to find out how many of that amount it takes to create the whole. And it's 4, 8, 12, 20. So there's 20 altogether. So now I know to call this 1/20th. So my final answer will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 20ths. So let's go down to this. 2/5 of 3/4 is 6 20ths. If you think it through, these actually become super fun. If you think it through and don't get panicked. The next one, this place, Flatbush, 2/5 of the playground. 2/5 of the whole area is going to be playground or play area. So let's go ahead and indicate that. 1/5, 2/5, okay? 2/5. What's 3/4 of just this amount? So basically, what's 3/4 of this amount? Well, let's make each one of those fifths into fourths. So this fifth should have 4 sections. This fifth should have 4 sections. This fifth, this fifth, this fifth should all have 4 sections. And I can easily get that done by going across the whole thing, right? So now where's 3/4? Where are you seeing? Do you see your fourths? There's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. You almost have to imagine that the other lines are not there. So I want to know what 3/4 is going to be concrete. So there's 1 of my fourths. There's 2 of my fourths. There's 3 of my fourths. Of that amount, how many are colored in? How many are really in that area that we were finding a fraction of? I'm almost ignoring that part. However, I have to think of the whole in order to know what to call these pieces. I see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colored in, but like, what are they? Only way to find out, 5, 10, 15, 20. Now I'm counting each box in the whole. So the 20ths. And there's 2, 4, 6 20ths. So it looks like what is 2/5 of 3/4. And it's also 6 20ths. And let's see, 2/5 of 3/4. This is 3/4 of 2/5. I knew there's something was wrong there. This is what's 3/4 of the 2/5. Remember, we started off with the 2/5, and then we wanted to know what 3/4 of that specific area was. So it would be 3/4 of 2/5. I started with my 2/5, and then I found out what 3/4 of that amount was. I think the trick is to start with, I want to know fraction of this. So when I'm making my models, I begin here. And then I think, okay, what's 3/4 of that? And that's why we represented the 2/5 first. Okay, we'll give that a shot. It's a great way to model anytime you're multiplying fractions. And so we'll be working on that some more.